You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. Happy New Year, everyone, because the last time we talked, we were fresh into this thing. Happy New Year, everybody. Real quick, programming note, shout out to the DFPN. We have brand new shows. We have a brand new show from my co-host tonight and his squad over at D1 Ignorant Podcast. New episode out. It is a great episode. And the New Year's shots that y'all gave each other, absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But go check out the D1 Ignorant Podcast, newest show on DFPN. It is an excellent sports take. They break down some great stuff. There's some laughter along the way. It is a great show. Go check it out. But tonight, it is Thursday. We are back because MPX is tomorrow night on a Friday. So we had to come break this down. Shout out to Pulver Photography. They're actually live right now, so I apologize. I didn't want to step on you guys, but we gotta get a show in. Stay right where you are, Tom A. Stay right where you are. Please stay right where you are. But yeah, we have a great show to get into. Heavy artillery this, I want to say Saturday, this Friday, tomorrow
Friday.
Night. Yeah, it is a Friday show. It's going down. But before we get into this, I did want to jump back a little bit. Look at the free show that MPX had this past Friday, New Year's free. I was in the building. I actually got off work and shot straight there because I was having FOMO, like serious FOMO. I was watching it and I was like, bro, I need to get in the building. And lo and behold, I get in the building. The first match I walk into, Tom A. And I gotta tell you, man, they had a triple threat, and I'm gonna butcher the other guy's name, but it was him, Justin, and he calls him Kevin Von Erich, and it just stuck to me. Like, it was a phenomenal match, but we saw the first glimpse of Tom A. And I got to tell you, man, I was watching intently, and we had him on the show last year. We had him on the show. He was one of the first people we interviewed before we closed out the year, and he gave us like his mission statement on the show. Like, I got to tell you, for what it's worth, I like this new direction for Tom A. I was kind of on the fence about it when it was Tommy Prince. I know the MPX addicts love Tommy Prince, but I gotta tell you, bro, Tom A, I dig the direction that he's going into, and he just said it. It's the perfect way to walk in the MPX. It really was. It was a great first glimpse of him and a great just where he's going from here. I loved it.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna piggyback on everything you just said. I sadly was not able to be in the building last week for New Year's free, but I did get to catch the stream on YouTube instead of Twitch. First time that's happened. And shout out to MPX, by the way, because
Yes.
that production quality, especially on the YouTube side of things. Shout out to
Wow.
my boy Kari Ja Wright, Mr. Reincarnation of Excellence. I'm gonna borrow this line from you. That stream was crispier than a McDonald's Sprite, man. I mean,
Hey.
from start to finish, it was peak cinema.
Yes.
And to your
Absolutely.
point with Tom A. Prince, from the moment the music hit, Tom A. and the lights, the aura, the charisma, like just everything oozed out of Tom A. And like you
Yes.
touched on, Tom A delivered and said, "A supernova is coming. I am coming. This is going to be the new me." And from start to finish, I'm here for it. I support it. I dig it. I feel a little bad because of where things are going this week. We'll touch on it in a little bit.
Yep.
But shout out to you, Tom A. Shout out to you, man.
Hey, shout out to you. And I gotta say, it's awesome when we get these types of interviews, like the one he gave us, and he talked a lot of talk. He talked a lot of talk. It was heavy. I am a supernova. I am the
Right.
star. I am the center of attention. And
Right.
to go out there and back that up the way he did, kudos, man. Kudos to you, Tommy. And I gotta make sure.
Kudos.
I gotta make sure I say your name right. You are Tom A. And who knows? Put that fragrance on the shelf, my friend. I may be that big of a believer that I will go out and I will purchase Tom A. I think we all need to be in the air with that one, man.
I mean, I may join you on that one. I'm not joining you, in the past and the way that you were when you stepped into the sun, but I will definitely step into the cologne store, get me some Tame. I will join the collaboration, spray the fragrance, and shout out as well the new finisher, the Aura Farmer.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. It is.
Love it.
It was everything. It was everything. And I walked away from that match. First of all, shout out to all three men in that triple threat match. That was an excellent match. And every man in that match put something on my radar with them. I walked away, but none bigger than Tom A. I had to start the show with that only because he came on the show, gave his statement, and did exactly what he said he was going to do.
In that order, literally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But speaking of New Year's free, you touched on it too. The multiple free streams that they had out. I too was a big fan of the YouTube stream and how crispy that stream. I was like, bro, this is high grade. This is a high grade stream. And just looking at it, that's when the FOMO kicked in. I was like, bro, this stream looks amazing. This stream looks amazing. It looks amazing. Like I gotta be there. So like I gotta stop what I'm doing and I need to go be in the building. And shout out to the people in the building because there was a lot of new faces, a lot of people that the MPX crowd, like you go there long enough, you know the people, right? There were a lot of new faces in the crowd this past Friday. So shout out to MPX and bringing in that crowd, and hopefully there's some new addicts among that crowd that was there because it was a packed house. It was standing room only. I stood for the majority of the time I was there. I stood, and it was still a fun show. Fans interacting. There were fans that were telling the new fans what was going on, and people were just invested, and it was an amazing show. So shout out to MPX for that.
Yes, indeed. Especially, piggybacking on what you were just touching on. I remember seeing the Facebook, I think it was right before when the doors opened, an hour beforehand, around 6:30, 6:40. And the camera crew was going down the line. For those that are familiar with MPX and where the event center is, there's a lot of shops around that area.
Yes,
And
yes,
the fact that the camera started at the front door of the MPX event center and worked its way pretty much all the way down to the hardware store. And
yep,
this is before doors open. This is before
yep.
the music hit. This is before the lights were on. People in the crowd were already chanting MPX,
MPX, yep.
MPX. And that kind of helped set the tone for the night too. So shout out to all the addicts, new and old, that were at that show last week.
Most definitely. Shout out to them. An amazing time in the building. It really was. Being in the building, it was a really fun time. And I hope that they came out of that with more people. I hope it's just as packed tomorrow night. And who knows, man? Friday nights, it might be a thing.
Yeah.
It might be a thing. That crowd and the amount of people that came in there, who knows? It might, the event center might be the place to go. And who
I mean,
knows? YouTube might be the place to stream.
I mean, you're not wrong, especially, with everything going on. Because if you look at the outside world and what's happening, we're getting to the end of football season. We're getting to the end of college football season. A lot of people at home don't really tune in to college basketball until we get closer to March Madness.
Yep.
So there's gonna be some filler to kind of say, hey, Friday nights are a quiet night. If it's done right, which MPX always does right with the advertising, the promo, everything from start to
Yes.
finish, Friday nights could very well work out in the foreseeable future.
It very well could. On that note, because AEW is in town, which is the reason why MPX is on Friday night, we have a bunch of people from the MPX roster we have to shout out.
Right.
That were actually on ROH tonight. Shout out to
Right.
the MPX champion Delyn Cavens and the former MPX champion Demo Diamond, who teamed up
Right.
with Rachel Ellering tonight on ROH. Shout out to them. Shout out to Reza Clark and Shay Carmichael, who teamed up on ROH. It was an amazing time. In addition to, we've seen them in the MPX room, Maya World and Hyan, who got signed to AEW. So it was listen, that weekend, this past weekend, was a monumental one and a very
Right.
proud one for North Texas wrestling in general. Just seeing the MPX event center that loaded, and then the next night going, and then you seeing people like Demo Diamond and Delyn Cavens. Kari Jai Wright was on Collision, right?
Right.
We got a glimpse of them on Collision, and then we got London Dior and Rashay Chanel on Collision on television, and then the ROH. It was a proud night, man. So shout out to them. And it's so crazy seeing it and seeing the growth out of people and seeing them on that big of a platform, man. So I would be remiss if I didn't shout out all these people. So kudos, shout out to each and every last one of you for
Yes.
getting on that big of a stage. Job well done. Job well done.
Job well done indeed. And like you said, AEW is in town for the remainder of this month, which means MPX is on Fridays for the remainder of this month. And you look at what MPX is doing, especially as we really start to heat up and ramp up
Yeah.
the road to the Texas Rumble in just a few short weeks. Man, there is a lot that can happen. There's things we know, there's things we don't know.
Yeah.
Me and you last year, we were in the middle of all of it when we ran into surprises like, Nick Nimitz coming out of
Yep.
nowhere. So this is a thick of the time at MPX, and everybody who is anybody has eyes on MPX right now, especially. And I got to give a shout out to Athena on this one. Last week at New Year's Free, Athena came out and gave us what we all saw a glimpse of back at Who Runs the World 2.
Yep.
And that is the American Joshi title coming to MPX, and a tournament is
In
going to
a
be held at
tournament,
Who Runs the World 3. Man,
March 7th.
I'm stoked for that. Women's
Bro,
wrestling is on fire. Shout out to you, Athena, our minion overlord forever, ROH Women's Champion. I cannot wait to see how this tournament is going to shake up, shake out, who's in it, who's chomping at the bit, who's coming up. It's going to be insane.
the possibilities of that are incredible. Incredible. So
Right.
just having that tournament is a big deal because we haven't seen an American Joshi tournament in well over a decade, I believe. And just bringing that
Right.
back is a big deal. Bringing that back on a night like Who Runs the World 3 after the buzz the first two got is also a big deal because you don't know who's going to be in this tournament. It could be anybody in this tournament. So the prospects are really, really, really big for this one. And you mentioned the Texas Rumble, right? And yeah, me and you were sitting together watching Nick Nemeth walk out this time last year. And like, what is going on, bro? Like, what is
Right.
happening? What is happening? And then just from that moment forward, like the year just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. So I expect nothing less this year. I expect this year to kick off with a bang and just keep going. It's already kicked off with a bang. New Year's Free gave us a lot of information, and I got a big feeling that Heavy Artillery is going to do the exact same thing because we have a big, big card coming out tonight.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a huge show this Friday night. I can't wait to get into it. And the last
Let's
thing, like
do
you
it.
touched on with the Texas Rumble, last week we got some samples, some nuggets. Who's coming to the Texas Rumble? And one of my personal favorites, after seeing her work at Who
Oh,
Runs the World
yes.
2, Nikki
Nikki
Blackheart is
Blackheart. Yes.
coming to the Texas Rumble, and I already am locked into whatever she's gonna do at the Texas Rumble. I cannot wait to see Nikki Blackheart back in the DFW again.
Yes, it's so wild because it's the Rumble, and then we got Who Runs the World 3 after that. So
Right.
we could possibly be getting a double take of Nikki Blackheart. And you are right, Nightmares and Nerdscapes. She is a damn superstar. And I'm gonna join you on appreciating her because I got a feeling like we gonna have her just for a little bit of time, bro. Like she's straight up. The rocket is on her, bro. So appreciate
Right.
her while you got her. You know what I mean? So
Without a
whenever
doubt.
you're ready, absolutely.
I'm
Whenever you're
ready.
ready, let's break this card down. Here we go, ladies and gents. This week on MPX Heavy Artillery. All right, Heavy Artillery, big card. We got to start off with what is the main event because it was announced that none other than Rich Swann is going to be making his way back to MPX, and he is in a triple threat match. Oh, I wish I could talk to him tonight with the Lynn Cavens and Shady JD Griffey, who I'm pretty sure is none too pleased that this is a triple threat match, but I love it. Your thoughts on it?
I mean, when you take all three of these guys, this is going to be, in my opinion, match of the night. Whether it's the main event, whether it was the opener, whether it's coming back from intermission, it doesn't matter where this match fell on the card. It didn't even matter if it's for the MPX title or not. You've got three guys in Dylan Cavens, Shady JD Griffey, and Mr. All Night Long Rich Swan. All three guys know how to tear it up when they get inside of an MPX ring. And this one, man, there's so many stories enveloped because for those of you that keep up on social media with Shady JD Griffey, JD Griffey does not like Rich Swan, and he definitely does not like Dylan Cavens. So
at
we
all.
already know how JD feels about this match just on that alone. When you put the work that Swan has put in this past year, with everything he's done at Revolver, on other indie scenes, being on TNA, coming to MPX here and there, Rich Swan's on a tear like no other. And then, of course, we've got the man himself, Cavens, who has yet to be named, but everybody knows his name. This one can go either way, and I can't pick on who I want to win because all three of these guys, one way or another, are my guys, and I'm just excited to be locked in for this match from start to finish.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And either man one-on-one would be an excellent match, but them
Right,
them in a triple threat match, it there's an element there of unpredictability. This match could literally go either way. And bringing this back to our conversation with Deland Cavens, he doesn't mind these types of things, right? Put him in that situation. He thrives with his back against the wall. So I actually like this situation, and you nailed it with JD Griffey. That's why I'm like, I wish he was on this show tonight. Oh, I know he'd be talking. I know he'd be talking. I know he'd be furious. He'd be furious. But him being in here, opportunity to get his MPX title that he feels that he was robbed of, get that back. He has a shot. So I like this matchup. I love that it's the main event, and we are looking at a potential match of the year candidate very, very early in the year.
without a doubt, man. And I want to touch on something that you brought up because it's the unpredictability, right? And with JD Griffey, we've seen glimpses of that over the past 2 weeks, turning Big J on the Sons of Mayhem and aligning
Oh,
Big J with JD and LVJ. Seeing LVJ kind of get his mojo back a little bit. He's smiling more. He's happier now. He's hungrier now.
you're
So,
welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. Uh, it's gonna be a crazy night, and for JD Griffey, who's been on record, when everybody else is out here playing checkers, I'm
He's
playing
playing
chess,
chess.
and I am always 2 steps ahead. What does he have in store? I don't really know, but that unpredictable element is in the room, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim Bogron, thank you for tapping in. She says MPX keeps growing every week. They're the best thing going. Hope we get more. I absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
Tell a friend, tell a friend. I think Richard Hill put out a post earlier, said, bring a friend, do yourselves a
yes,
favor, bring a friend. Yeah, it's absolutely worth bringing somebody to this one, especially this one. It is a phenomenal night of action. And you spoke about Big J and his turn. Like that was one thing that we didn't see coming at all.
right.
So, and that brought out, first of all, I got to go back just a little bit because him and Red finally ran into each other, but it was during one of the matches that was insanity. Listen, whoever created that, thank you, and do it again, please. That was amazing, and just seeing people like throwing $10 bills. But during that, like you had like during this chaos, you had Big J and Red Chambers run into each other, right? And
Right.
the fact that we need to get Big J on the show, and we need to pick his brain because I don't know why he did what he did, and aligning himself with JD. I don't know what part of the plan they have, but it has to be something devious. Has to be something devious.
Yeah, man, I can piggyback on that. I'll let you focus on getting Big J on here because currently, like you touched on in the beginning of this show, the D1 Ignite boys, because we like to stir the pot up a little bit, we're trying to get Red Chambers on our show so we can talk to the Son of Mayhem, that
Do it.
guy, and pick his brain and see what he's thinking. But again, going back, because that's what we do, shout out to whoever made the Shot Caller Battle Royal because to hear watching it on YouTube to hear the crowd chants, but specifically during that match, I only got $1. Can I buy him? I got
It
$2.
was
Can we tag together?
it was chaos, bro, in the best way possible. And I'm just sitting in the back, like, I'm not bidding because, bro, like, it's like no bullshit, bro. It's like people jumping up from like third row and like over people, like, put him back in the match. I'm like, bro, what is going on? And like they see a dude like on the ropes, and like 3 people just automatically jumped up, like, nope, we're keeping him in there. We're keeping him in there. It's like, so I forget who it was. I think it was Ernie that took the money, but Ernie took the money and he was like, you're next. So like the dude had a policy. So it was like if he got thrown out, then he had like $20 on him to go back in there. It was chaos in the best way possible, man. I was like, this is the damnedest match I've ever seen, but it's so fun. and like I didn't know who was gonna win. So when we got to the winner, I was just like, bro, I need a cigarette. That was awesome. that was amazing. But yeah, shout out to them for that. That was awesome. And so many people ran out. And it was just like stories galore from that one match. And one of that was Big J, but we definitely got to get him on the show, man. Definitely.
For sure.
But we're digressing. We're digressing. One match on Heavy Artillery. We haven't seen either of these women in a while, so I'm very, very curious to see where we go with both ladies on this card. Zarena and Hudson Ivy going one-on-one. I know Abaddon needs some new challengers for the MPX women's title. So maybe this is a step in that direction for either ladies. I like this matchup because it creates a very good opportunity.
Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna piggyback on what you're saying because, like you said, it's been a minute since we've seen both of these ladies at MPX. With everything that MPX is doing on the women's scene, Who Runs the World 3 is around the corner. So I think for both of these ladies, this is like we touched on with the Shea Riza match. I think this is a proving grounds match for both of these ladies. Whoever walks away with the win, they're gonna have some momentum behind them. They're gonna have a stake to the claim. Maybe they're building that momentum to throw their hat into the mix for the American Joshi tournament. Ooh. Maybe is to get on the card of Who Runs the World 3. So there's a lot of elements that are going to play into this match, and I can't wait to see both of them back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You just brought up something really crazy. The prospect of the American Joshi match. And that's a landing spot, right? That's a brand new title. And I know on the men's side, we've been putting a lot of focus on the opportunity around the prospect title, but the same can be said for the women. That American Joshi Championship is a new prize, and it's wide open right now. So having your name being put in that hat, especially in a match like this, that can create some opportunities for the ladies. I like that. I like that prospect.
Right.
Also on this card, we have a returning Nova Phoenix Speaking of the American Joshi title, Nova Phoenix versus a rising Anarch at Ash, who has created buzz throughout Texas, not just North Texas, but throughout. And being named on the QWI 200, shout out to her for that. But someone who's stepping in here looking at opportunity herself.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because when you look at both of these ladies, Nova Phoenix and Anarch Kid Ash, if my memory serves me correctly, they were allies at the last Who Runs the World 2 show.
Yes.
So they know each other. They've wrestled with each other, not really against each other, but now there's no partners involved. There's no tags involved. It's one on one. So we're gonna see who's the better lady. Nova Phoenix being one half of Fire and Fury, we know what she brings to the table. And for those that have been keeping up with NR Kid Ash and everything Ash has done throughout Texas, here especially in the DFW and in
Mm-hmm.
Austin, NR Kid Ash is no pushover.
Not at all.
So this match, this match is gonna be another one of those. Hey, it's a proving ground for the ladies. Every single lady is chomping at the bit right now.
And I love it. I love it because we're getting great matches out of it. And this one is I know we talked about the main event probably being a match of the year, but this one could very well steal the show.
Right?
Very well. It's very capable. But speaking of stealing the show, he was in the chat talking about he let them grace the main event as a favor. But I gotta kind of side with him on this one because this matchup, this ain't no pushover matchup either. This is a sleeper still the show match too. Because Tom A is I gotta give him kudos. He's not ducking any smoke. And by
At
taking
all.
on an opponent such as Danny O'Ryan is opportunity knocking. I want all of it and give me this match immediately. Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this graphic, I lit up like the 4th of July because as we've talked about on record, Tom A, the turn, you growing into your own, you're the supernova now. I'm here for it. But for anybody that knows me, Danny O'Ryan, you can't deny Danny O'Ryan. And
At all.
Danny has been tearing it up all through Texas. This, like you said, is no duck in the smoke. We're going straight to the top. This
Yep.
is going to be the sleeper match of the night for sure. And
Yep.
Tom A, I hope you're not in the chat because you're not going to like what I'm going to say here. But I gotta go with my guy. I gotta go with Danny O'Ryan because
Oh.
hear me out. When you look at some of the accolades that Danny O'Ryan has had in this year alone, he's won the Texas 8 tournament that was down in
Yep.
Austin. Uh, Danny has been tearing it up down in HOT out in Waco, and it's Texas Rumble season. Danny O'Ryan just won the HOT Anytime Rumble. He's got that contract. So if there's anybody with some momentum, with a lot of buzz, that's proven themselves, it's Danny O'Ryan. And the addicts
Mm,
love Danny. The addicts
that is
love
true.
Danny.
That is true. So Supernova versus Supernova?
Something like that, right? I mean, it's a battle
Something
of the
like that.
galaxies. It's a battle of the galaxies.
It really is, man. And I gotta tell you, man, this is a very, very exciting matchup. Very
Without a
exciting
doubt.
matchup. And when I saw it, I was like you. I was like, oh, this is good. Especially with Tom A's change and his
Right.
new direction and how he's aligning himself to his purpose. I can't help but root that. I know you're supposed to hate it, but I don't. And shout out to Laura Pulver. She said this. She was like, I should hate it, but I don't. I don't hate it at all, bro. Like
Right.
I'm like when I saw, and especially seeing it up close, and it's
Right.
like, bro, oh my god, he has it. Like he's found it, and just continue walking this path. But bold choice, proving himself against Danny O'Ryan, and we're split on this one. I gotta go with Tom A. Just because he where he is right now and the way he's thinking and the way he's moving, he has proven himself to be, to me, at least
Right.
my first glimpse of him in this persona. I can't put anything against him right now. The momentum he's created for himself leads me to believe like he can get this done. And that's no knock on Danny O'Ryan, because you laid out a fabulous case. I'm just saying Tom A he's looking like that guy right now.
Hey, I'm not going to say you're wrong because I agree with you wholeheartedly. I am here for you, Tom A. I see the chat is popping up. Tom A is back. I'm not against you. It's just unfortunately, because of the way the cards shook up and the cosmos aligned, it's hard for me to go against Danny O'Ryan in this moment. But I got you, Tom A. You're still my pick, top 3 for the Texas Rumble.
I like how you threw that in there. Top 3. Oh, I like that. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's move on, because the Shot Caller Battle Royal, as fun as that was, we did get a winner, and it wasn't who I expected at all. Grimy Dalton Gray, actually, that whole night, a lot of people showed me a lot of things. Grimy Dalton Gray showed me that he is leveling up as we speak. And, just seeing him start off and find his footing, I think he's found it. Him winning the Shot Caller Battle Royal, I think he's found it. And then right afterwards, not wasting any time, finding himself an opponent who was in the Shot Caller Battle Royal with him and Mikey B. I think this matchup is an important one in the night, and where Grimy Dalton Gray goes from here and where Mikey B goes from here from that. But I do like what I'm seeing out of Grimy Dalton Gray as well. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Grimy one. We're in that season where MPX is, like we talked about, unpredictable. There's a lot of moments. Everybody is chomping at the bit. And right now, we're in the midst of the Mr. MPX tournament. And this match in particular could go either way. Grimy has some things to prove. He doesn't have Gabe by his side, doesn't have Tommy by his side. Grimy is by himself. So you're on an island. Are you going to sink or swim? And right now, you're holding your own. For Mikey B, this isn't a walk in the park for him by any means, but Mikey B's been here before. Back in 2024, I think. Mikey B won the MPX homecoming tournament to be called the homecoming king. So Mikey B rises to the occasions in moments like this. My only question is, because we saw it earlier, or maybe in the middle of last year, when Mikey B aligned himself with World Class Nutrition, we haven't really seen them interacting. So, Mikey B, are you on your own? Are you doing your own thing? You trying to make a name for yourself? We haven't seen Dave DeVille in a while. Devin Anello is doing Devin Anello things. He also has a match in the Mr. MPX tournament. So, Mikey, where's your head at going into this? Because Grimy is locked in.
And it's important to note, because Grimy Dalton Gray reminded us of it, he has wins over Mikey B.
Yeah.
So if his head's not in the game, he could be looking at another loss from the Grimy one. So you bring up some very good points. We haven't seen World Class Nutrition in a minute. We've seen Devin Anello, right? But we haven't seen that faction together in a minute. And it's begging the question, especially with the new factions that are popping up. And speaking of factions, we also got another personality change. And one that I wasn't expecting as well. Sky Dela Cremosa aligning himself, presumably with the referees. I don't know where that situation stands, but he aligned himself with the referees, went after Brick Savage. Don't know if that was the smartest of moves, but that remains to be seen. But he's in action against Man Man. And he may think he's playing it safe, but set 6, especially with the stuff with the referees and JD Griffey and that faction, they might be out for blood.
Yeah, it's funny when Man has been crashing out lately and it's become his signature thing. And it's like, well, we have a Texas crash out. His name is Travis Cuddy, but Man could very well be a Texas crash out if he wanted to. So for this one, I don't know, man. I mean, Sky, it's like walking on a tightrope, walking on eggshells because you want to love Sky. You want to support Sky. MPX addicts, old and even new, you're familiar with the name Sky De La Cremosa, and you attach it to the Texas Chainsaw, not the Enforcer or whatever this is. So I'm like, I don't really know. I hope it's just momentary and not forever. We don't really know. But like you touched on, the referees, if that is a faction, the force, whatever they want to call themselves, you're not making any friends at all. You're making a lot of enemies. And when you have enemies such as Brick Savage, Demo Diamond, Set 6, Jamie Aller, Man, chasing you with bats and kendo sticks and just ready to just fight whenever they see you, that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing at all.
That's not a good thing.
You could throw out all the names and keep Brick Savage, and that was still, when it happened, I was like, this is a death certificate waiting to be printed. Like, what are y'all doing? But you drag along everybody else, and it's like, y'all should have stayed on strike if this is the case, man. This just stay on strike, because this point ain't proved. Y'all, this is not a good idea at all.
It's not. And the funny thing, well, maybe funny is not the right word. The crazy thing here, like Jamie Aller has touched on in a few promos over the past couple of weeks, we haven't really seen referee Travis Trueborn since all of this has been going on. Referee Evan, he's a pretty good ref, so I don't see anybody having any issues with him. Evan has dodged the bullet for now. Cedric has caught a lot of flack lately, especially in the ire of Brick Savage, but it seems as if something has clicked after having some conversations with Jamie Aller. So I'm wondering how much longer this force, the refs, the movement, whatever, is even going to last.
I think the only person that knows the answer to that is Travis, and we haven't seen him. Because you're right. Cedric kind of leaned in. I still haven't taken my eye off of him, especially because he shot me the finger when I asked him what he was doing. but we've kind of seen this. Okay, I get it from him. Evan too, but Travis, we've seen nothing from him that suggests I'm gonna surrender. We don't know the deal that was made to get the referees out of the strike, right? We still don't have an answer to that. So whatever Travis got, he seems to be happy with, but he's also happy with the fact that he can cause chaos. That's a recipe for a disaster.
Yeah, I'm so glad that this is all happening before the purge. Because could you imagine if all of this was going on and the purge is right around the corner in like 2-3 weeks?
That's terrible. yeah, shape up, guys. Shape up, because once the horns start ringing, that's terrible news. That is terrible news. Oh my goodness. But you bring up a good point, right? You bring up a good point. Rumble season coming up. You know, we got big names that are probably gonna come into that. If the referees are still causing chaos, that could put a hindrance on a lot of things. And we don't know what their agenda really truly is yet, right? They haven't revealed that. So that's a situation that requires a solution sooner rather than later. But Sky aligning himself with them and going up against Man and the issues that Aller and Set Six have had with the referees, not a good situation. And who knows?
Right.
Maybe that would be a time for Travis Trueborn to pop up. Who knows?
I guess we got to wait until Friday night to find out.
I guess so. But one thing's clear. We got to get there. We got to get there. I'm going to be in the building again because the FOMO, it kills me, especially now. Like, I got off work and I was like, bro, I got to get there. I got to get there because if I don't, I'm going to hate it. And then watching it on the YouTube on the way home, I was like, I went in the house, put my bag down, and went right back out. I was like, hey, bye. Where you going? MPX, bye. I'll be back. But yeah, man, it's altered my schedule to where I can get off earlier. I can come in the building. I can be a part of the people because last week was so fun. Hopefully this weekend provides us another one of those moments. Fully loaded card. Shout out to MPX for putting this one together. Can't wait to get it. If you can get there, 510 Harwood Road, get your tickets now, mpxwrestling.com. If you can't make it, go to twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. I don't think they're streaming it on YouTube, although my request is please make this happen.
We still got another night, so anything could happen. And while you're at mpxwrestling.com, make sure you go ahead and secure your tickets for the Texas Rumble Saturday, February 7th, right here in Cowtown, Fort Worth, Texas, at the Southwest Community Center. Oh, man, the Texas Rumble is here. It's the best time of the year. Everybody is going to enjoy and have a good time. And I can't wait to see what surprises are around the corner because MPX, granted, there's a lot of companies that are really good at surprises, but MPX is really good at surprises, not announcing a lot, but keeping those aces up their sleeve until the night of. And on the road there, it's like, hey, here's this, by the way. Oh, here's this one, by the way. Oh, hey,
you didn't even know this was coming. Yeah, here this is. Like, wait a minute. I didn't know. Thank you guys. But yeah, get there, guys. Get there. Again, if you can't, shout out to the online, the streams, the chats. They're always fun. It was pretty awesome to see the YouTube chat popping. I know we get used to the Twitch, but there were people going from the Twitch to the YouTube. Shout out to you guys for making that happen. That was awesome to see. So shout out to the people that watch on Twitch and make the Addicts chat very, very fun. So I would be remiss. Kim is one of those. So shout out to joining us tonight, but she's always in the chat. So shout out to her for that. But yeah, it's always a fun time. So get there. JJ, you got anything else, my friend?
I mean, the only thing I have is, like I always say, support your local indie wrestling scene no matter where you are because indie wrestling is hot right now. There's a lot of promotions that are cooking up. You know, Kelvin's interview that he did a couple of weeks ago with the head guy from Dragon Slayer, one of the local scenes that I just recently started checking out, is taking off.
Check them out.
Baracho Pro down in Austin is taking off. there's so many more in Central Texas and around Texas that are just taking off. So get in where you fit in. And thank you for the plug earlier. We're glad to be part of the DFPN. Come join us on the D1 Ignorant Show. Classes are in session all 2026 long. So if you want to have a good laugh, hear some hatred, some ignorance, talk some sports, and if you love Bruno Mars, because Bruno is on tour, come support your boys at the D1 Ignorant University podcast.
I hate that I already have plans for that because I want to go. When he announced it, I was like, yes, Arlington. And I looked at the day, I was like, I'm gonna be in Vegas. This sucks. This sucks. Why that date? It was like, and then my wife dropped out of Vegas because obviously it's Bruno Mars. She's like, I'm staying home. Like,
it's Bruno.
It's Bruno. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sing like that, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's how it was a few months ago when Chris Brown came to Arlington. You know, everybody was like, "Oh, it's Breezy Bowl." Now it's Bruno Mars in the love
it's Bruno
tour.
Mars.
Like,
so
well, here we go.
Yeah. Screw me, Bruno Mars. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I won't be doing the show next week because I will be at the Dragon Slayer. Maybe we'll figure out a time, but shout out to Dragon Slayer Pro Wrestling. Was gracious enough to invite us over to the show. So I want to go give them some support. They have a show next week, Uprising at the Ridgely Theater in Fort Worth. Please follow Dragon Slayer as well, but shout out to them. I will be there next week, so giving them some support. But we'll figure out a show for next week. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Again, 510 Harwood Road, MPXWrestling.com. If you can't, twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Come back next time, but until then, you know what it is. Be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.